Well, hello there guys and welcome to the channel. Let me just quickly pop my game in and see who we have in here already. What's up, Anoop? How are you doing? Shriyom, Hassan, Dasha, Giovanni Giovanni Montero DeCanto. How are all of you guys doing? And yeah, I don't think like we're too far off completing Act 5, to be fair. Maybe. How many days? That 3000 intel thing is gonna take a while though. Sunspot 5-star rank 3 or Omega Red 4-star rank 5. Do Sunspot, man. Go with Sunspot. I definitely rank Sunspot. Yeah, Awakening Aegon is kind of like the big thing, isn't it? So I'm at max energy now, and first I want to do this final quest in like Heroic, just so I can collect some rewards here. First one, doing the rift where you choose your path, you come up against stack platinum pulls and ambush. That is the best. You hope he's gonna ambush you because you didn't get some good stuff. I think like 50 units or 50k gold is the best thing he can do. What's up, Anoop? Holy crap, you're early. Yes, you are quite early in fact. Ooh, and look at that, I get a revive. Man, ain't that a lucky start. How many 6 stones I have? I haven't checked. Sure, I got a couple. I'm sure I'm gonna get a couple more meanwhile. What's up, Slim Shady? How are you doing, man? Oh yeah, I'm doing just fine, don't worry about me. I mean, like, still on lockdown and all that, but still here, still kicking, still playing. Welcome to the stream, everybody who had just joined. So today's plan probably will involve some arena grinding and stuff. Don't feel discouraged by it. Okay, I'm just gonna go down here, because why not? Yeah, I'm gonna get some 6 stones for initial clear of Act 5 as well, so. 6.4 itemless is, I'll try. I actually have been thinking about it quite a bit lately. Something that I will try to stream tomorrow if possible. Act 7 on 2 itemless. Well, if I get Red Guardian, maybe. But yeah, I realize I have kind of like focused on my mini account more than I have on my main account or that stream series. So yeah, I need to get back to doing it. What do you think about Seat and Burnout announcement? I actually have made a video directly about it. Just like, give me a moment. If you want, you can go and check out that video. Voodoo, good option for Mysterio? No, because Mysterio is poison immune unless you can armor break him. So no, Voodoo sucks. Voodoo is a horrible option for it. I love your abusive video, Tikabam. Oh, I would never make an abusive video, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just merely referencing some of the things I had heard. Here is the response to video to Seaton taking a step back. Counters do you think I can use for 5-4-5 immunity path? Champions that don't rely on debuffs. I think the biggest problem there is Wade, so champions like Corvus, champions like Ghost, champions like basically champions with true strike or true accuracy will work just fine. You like the video? Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna try and save for chronometer and Awaken Aegon on this account. That's like the main thing right now. So if you can rank 2 or rank 3 Awaken Aegon soon, because yeah, I think I can. I am quite sure I can make it happen. If I need to get that chronometer. Whoops, wrong champion. I should have brought in Corvus. I don't know why I didn't, but whatever, it's just a tiny Modok. Oh, come on, lad. There we go. This is a heroic final quest of monthly, so I'm just kind of like doing them casually in my own time to burn my energy and get some units. Gold content, thanks Flugger. I had fun making them, so... Roll today with rank 2 Aegon? Well, my Aegon isn't rank 2 or awakened, so... I might do roll some... I don't really have a need to do it, because I don't need to for basics at the moment, but maybe. Because that's the thing, like, I generally do not need rewards from Realm of Legends at the moment. Oh, actually, all you need for that Modok boss is Quake. There's nothing preventing Quake from absolutely shredding that Modok boss, so that is the first thing that came to my mind. And I know that's like a very kind of like unique solution and stuff like that, but only thing that I was thinking about is like, Quake got this. It's true, you don't need the rewards. Yeah, so there's no point in kind of like making that Realm of Legends kind of like harder and longer than necessary for me, so I'm not rushing to do it just because I don't need anything that you can get from it, so. So Shahir, how are you doing? Will it happen with Sweden? Well, only Sweden knows that. Today is the beginning of Ragnarok. Today is a fun day for sure. Because Kabam can very easily ignore my comments and my criticism on them stuff like that. They cannot ignore their biggest content creators, so I'm sure something interesting is about to happen. The game's afoot. Oh, look at that, I got Ultimate Crystal. Ain't that neat? So we're gonna go and grind a bit of arena now with my amazing champions. Hopefully I can get to like a new milestone or something. Get some units there, because every unit counts, man. That's the main thing that I need, is just units for energy, realistically. But not late, Sabu, you're not late. That F you at hand made you low. I mean, like... Again, all of these videos, I never like make a script or stuff like that. At worst, sometimes I wrote down some points of discussion for the video. And at that point I felt like I kind of have said my piece and I just didn't have anything else in mind, and that was like from bottom up I had deep down, like when my mind goes blank, my kind of current emotions towards Kabam, that's when it came out, and I was like, do I stop the recording or do I just leave it in, or do I double down on it? And I was like, yeah, I'll just go with it, I'll double down on that. Okay, 3-star. I was watching Deadpool with my family on TV. That's cool. Deadpool's a super fun movie. Look at that Yondu. It's gonna be so amazing for my account. Oh, what about Medusa? So this Act 7 Sabbath with the version 6.2 champion. After they promised they wouldn't make fight that. Yeah, well, I don't think you can class it as 6.2 champion fight. I would compare it as a worse version of Mr. Sinister fight. Because it has like the same kind of makings. You need very specific answer for it, or it's just gonna be greatly expensive. Plus the fact that it's also kind of like early on in the chapter. So in my mind, that's like the new updated version of Mr. Sinister fight. Where's my Aegon? He's not with me because he's unawakened. I don't think Big Head has True Strength, does he? If he has True Strength, then kind of stay. But yeah, Aegon might work on the Modok as well. Hi all, didn't get notification. Ooh, well you're here anyway, so it kind of worked out. Nice videos, thanks FPS. Yeah, your Colossus Awakening gem. I would go with Colossus myself. Yeah, you can rank 5 Human Torch if you care about Abyss. Honestly, all in all, in the rest of the content, Human Torch is nowhere near as useful as he is in Abyss, so... If Abyss is in your future plans, take him up, without a doubt. Or if you have a big roster and you need like a niche champion. But like generically, when you go AQ, AW, most of Act 6 and stuff like that, Human Torch is not as valuable as, let's say, Void, Cap, Infinity Ward, or Thing and stuff like that. But for Abyss, he is amazing. Oh, look at that, I have 4-star crystal. Let's open a 4-star crystal now. The mercy node should have been when you dex you get a charge, and when you get a parry you cancel charges but get 2. Yeah, then it would make sense. Then it would make sense, Yoshi. That's how I think it should be. Although no, I don't think. I hate any and every single node when it says you can only deal damage if, or you deal 90% damage unless kind of like thing. I hate all of the nodes with burning passion because I think they're just horrible and annoying. You look at this Swedish latest war video. Might want to check that out. Falling science attack, okay. Hey, that's a dupe. That's like my first 4-star dupe. Dupe naturally, I think. Now we're talking. Now this boy has value, man. And that gave me 5-star shots. That's not too bad. Not upset with the pull at all. Oh, 1900 6-star shots as well. Impressive. I have too many skill champions though. I'm gonna need like all the skill catalysts and stuff. Price is completing a consistent rebalance and revisioning of champions. Yeah, that I just don't feel comfortable with current kind of like shifting requirements kind of thing. I think the whole node design that Kabam has went to with all of these, yeah, you deal no damage unless, or you deal 90% damage. Sorry, 90% less damage unless kind of thing. All of that makes me really annoyed. Yes, I am saving for chronometer. Try and awaken again. Now I need to jump in like a Rindo. Finish variant purple, double cyclops and 2 ouch man, sorry here. I'm gonna try and get 150 points here. Congratulations for 25k subs. Yeah, that is also a cool milestone, super happy with that. Now to push to that 30k, you know. I think like if I get past 40k then I think that I'm into like the big boy club. But yeah, you know, the more the better, so definitely. Thanks Aditya. First one to notice as well. Do I rank up more champions rank 3 or some champions rank 4? Some champions rank 4. Sub similar. Yeah, I mean, it's growing slowly but surely. Maybe a giveaway? Maybe. Yeah, Proxima could be an option for that Saber if you play like Michael Phelps, because obviously remember that he's gonna go unstoppable after every single special attack, so you do have to nail that intercept. And you can't parry like unstoppable champions. Well, Proxima might be an answer, but it's still gonna be a very, very hard fight. I generally do not know. I don't typically grind arena like at all, and I'm somewhat disappointed with myself that I have found myself in a situation where I'm grinding arena again. I'll be honest, it doesn't feel good. Hate arena. You don't need to know in a skill awakening gem, because you don't need to use that chronometer in the first rift that you enter. So I'm basically just gonna acquire the chronometer and save it up until the point where I see the skill awakening gem is one of available rewards. And that's about it. That's all you need to do. Because you don't open a rift with the chronometer. It's just like a separate item. Think of it as like an awakening gem. You can use at any point after you pull a champion. You don't have to use awakening gem as soon as you get it on something that you already have. You can wait till you get a champion that you want. Proxima can maybe counter it, yes, if you're very, very good at the game. But again, like, that's what kind of like this. Okay, there will be champions obviously that figure out how to counter to a degree or something like that. But Red Guardian is kind of like pretty much purpose built for it, because he has the slow debuff, so you don't have to worry unstoppable. You can block unblockables and then stun opponents, so you can land your heavies. There's plenty of debuffs to mitigate the region, and basically, yeah, like everything about it, man. Oh, everyone's the same for everyone. They're different. I think they change every time you enter the rift. So every time you open a rift, it randomly generates a set of rewards. I got uncollected a few hours ago, and it was actually a lot more fun than I thought it would be with 555 Corvus. Yeah, with 555 Corvus, getting uncollected isn't too bad, because you can just kind of like deal a lot of damage quickly. It's kind of like the same approach we're using for Abyss Collector, because that fight's so BS, you just want to get in, do as much damage, and if you manage to get out, then that's all fine. So a video on Season Act 7, live man, Kabam's doing it. Thanks, man. 8 5-star, congrats, man. What was your 8 5-star? Sorry, missed it. Iron Soldier. Extends just can't even make active 100%. Yeah, man. The rewards as well, like when so many like your 6-star pulls are so underwhelming, like you hardly end up getting any immediate benefit from. Ah, man, it's just sad. It's just sad days. Like, what can I say? It's just annoying and sad. Strongly funny, I'm a bit surprised. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised to myself here, but this is like free-to-play account, and well, not free-to-play, but I am only spending $15 on this a month because I'm renewing the sigil and buying that $5 unit card, which I think is a great value. So if I want to actually stream and progress with this account, it kind of seems inevitable that I do need to do some arena grinding. What's up, Mason? How are you doing? And everybody else, you guys are super active in the chat, so please accept the idea that I might skip some messages. I'll try to read as many as I can though. I do not know how many points need to be grinded in base in arena. I know nothing about arenas. If there's like one big MCOC kind of like blind spot I have, is that I know hardly anything about arenas, because I have long ago since abandoned grinding arenas, and it's like once a year kind of thing for me. So probably a person who has played game for a couple of months but grinded arena at this point can tell me more about arena than I know myself. So arena is definitely not my forte. Okay, skill awakening jump still go either way. Go for it. Act 5 completion done. That's 7-week-old account. That's nice, man. I'm not too far off as well, Ankush, but good progress. Can't wait till I complete Act 5 though. Congrats on 25k subs. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. For basic process you need 2 million points, but that's not in the beginner bracket, that's in like the experience bracket. So beginner bracket obviously is gonna be a lot less. When and worth using Awakening Gem on? If you have already like Upmarl Movie and Corvus, I probably would, and Hyperion. I mean, like, Venom is a very solid champion. Obviously there are a couple better Cosmic champions, but it's not the worst idea that I have heard. Favorite node to fight? Duel. Because that node immediately, no matter who's your opponent, no matter anything else, Duel gets your kind of like heart racing, because you know if you're gonna make a mistake, you're dead if your opponent's jacked, which they always are. And in exchange, you get rewarded extremely handsomely for like being precise and accurate, being able to play that node, because you can finish out the fight extremely quickly with any champion effectively. So yeah, Duel is probably one of my favorite nodes ever. Venom does not only gain extra buff, Venom also gains potency of all of his buffs, so overall damage output and stuff like that increases if he's awakened. So yes, I do think Venom benefits from awakened ability quite a bit. Are you going for that 5-star Aegon dupe? No, it's a bit too late for that, man. It's like 1 day in arena left. I rank to a 6-star Havoc, yes. Love your videos and helps a lot. I have a question for Act 5 Exploration. Which camp should I rank 5? Corvus Glaive or Dog Doom? Act 5 Exploration, definitely Corvus, man. You're just gonna be able to fly past most of it. Power Shield is quite fun as well, yeah. I can agree to that. Power Shield is not bad. The slumber node? No, I don't know. It's not the worst, but it's not my favorite. Definitely, slumber is kind of alright. Yeah, that's the slumber node, where they stand for 15 seconds and you basically have that time to deal as much damage. I also was, that's why I was like surprised when we saw a Act 7 beta come out so early, because I thought they'd want to take more of their time and stuff, but clearly they don't want it. And additionally to that, I thought that if they are making Act 7 come out this early on, I thought they have like a solid plan and solid idea, like what they want to do, not just kind of like, you know, hashtag rinse repeat Act 6. But it just seems that Kabam is in that mindset of a conveyor belt, where they just want to pump out a lot of content immediately, so everybody spends loads of money clearing it. Which in itself can be cool if we get a lot of content. I'm not gonna complain about that, if the content's good though, but if the content sucks, then sad times. What's up, Katie? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Everybody, listen up. We have the Katie hashtag working from home candy in the stream. So everybody should say hello to her, because she is special. For whatever reason. I mean, did I say special? I mean special. See, people are saying hi, Katie. Yeah, Flare is fun, Flare is cool. I don't mind Flare. So how Act 6 100% is 565 Colossus or Mega more useful? I don't know. I personally like Colossus more. I think he's more useful. You once broke Ethan, but you broke the game in low time in second account. Thanks, man. Rogue is like the GOAT for Flare though. Changed my mind. I watched your last video and don't think anybody could have said it better. Yeah, the ending of that video seems to be particularly popular. Live transfer is cool node, yes. Definitely agree. Yes, like solo events, and especially like some of the advancement, like for instance NY, and again, this is gonna sound like maybe country club first world well problems, but like NY718 quite routinely finish Summoner Advancement in first place, and first place rewards gives us 1000 5-star shards and 500 4-star shards and a couple of other junk. So if an alliance that spends the most money in the game at a time when 6 stars is the only thing that really matters in the game gets rewarded for weeks worth of kind of like combined effort of 30 players with 1000 5-star shards and 500 4-star shards, like what the actual fudge is that? I mean, like, again, I don't want to sound too pompous and arrogant or whatever, but if Kabam generally thinks that any single player in my alliance gives 2 cents of a fuck about 4 stars, it's just ridiculous. And those rewards haven't changed forever. How much of a factor does YouTube contribute to players like you and Ethan getting bored of MCOC? You both have finished all content for your viewers' benefit. Do you think you should slow down? No, I don't think it's a problem slowing down, because if the content is good, I want to play it. If content is fun, I want to go in, do it again and again, and just kind of like make videos on it, make guides on it. If content is bad, for instance, 6.3, aside from doing initial videos in 6.3 or 6.2, I don't really have any particular want to get back in there and discuss like possible options, so on and so forth. At end of the line, it all boils down to whether you're having fun and whether you're enjoying the content that you're playing. And if you like the content that you're playing, you don't mind to play it again, and you don't mind to test out things, you want to bring more attention to it, so on and so forth. But if you are irritated and annoyed and it's overall unpleasant experience going through like Act 6 and stuff like that, well then, it's clearly a bad piece of content. That should have made Act 7 so good, but I could, yeah, I mean, I think it's quite obvious that even though they said that they learned from their mistakes, I don't think they did. Let's be honest. All or nothing, only special threes is what they throw, unless you taunt them. Reduced chance was basically the wording that they changed because like taunt exists, or She-Hulk, Fast and Furious, stuff like that. So they will only throw special threes as far as I'm aware, unless you have them like taunted. One plus one fletcher. Yeah, I can discuss that on my channel, that is something cool that they could do if they wanted to. As in, like, extend the amount of champions you can bring in. No, it's not just because I need YouTube content, it's because I'm genuinely excited. Like, Grim Reaper, I think you're kind of like approaching this idea that I'm just a YouTuber. I'm not just a YouTuber, I'm somebody who plays the game, is looking forward to the cool things that are coming out in the game. And the reason why I jump in, partially is because of YouTube, partially is because I want those juicy rewards as early as possible. But a lot of it comes down to simply me wanting to actually play the game and experience new content and have fun in the game. Plus, if I'm able to stream it with you, that makes it even better, because if I have like a good stream, it makes me feel better, obviously, about my channel and what I'm doing, so on and so forth. But at the same time, a lot of it is for me, because I want to play the game. Like, I'm not Marvel Construct Champions YouTuber because this is how I decided I will live from now on. No, that is a byproduct of me playing this game a lot and enjoying this game. I swear I can never wait Warlock's level 1 properly unless like right now, which is weird. Man, this fight's gonna take a while because I didn't think about the matchup, but whatever. 455 Domino with full Trinity for all completion? Yeah, it will work. You just need to add some attack synergies, I think, because I don't think Domino's base attack is over 2k. But yeah, I think that will be good enough. Domino can pretty much deal with everything there. Very good shot. Uh-oh. Whatever. I still got this, I think. Yeah, there we go. What happened with Giant? Hey, what's up, Avinash? How are you doing? I've had a lot of extra time on my hands since quarantine, but you would recommend making a new account if you're bored? Yeah, I have had loads of fun. Like, a new account is one of the things that I have enjoyed the most recently about the game. Because it's just so much more fun, where you can actually use the champions that you pull and have fun. So my only kind of like problem with the new account thing is, yeah, that energy thing, because after like level 30 it becomes very hard to have energy, and so you need to kind of like pace yourself and leave it alone for time, so on and so forth. But all in all, yeah, new account has been extremely fun, man. It's one of the more enjoyable things I have done on MCOC recently, which is another thing that confirms how not cool or fun Act 6, for instance, has been. So it would be interesting if my players use there. Yeah, it would have been interesting if they did that. I was kind of hoping they would do something similar, like lock in with 4 stars or so on and so forth, but they didn't. Yeah, Ghost only needs hood synergy, that is correct. I mean, like, Wasp is kind of like just making it more simple to play, but it's definitely not a necessary synergy. The videos are great, thank you for that. Explode 6.1, 6.2, and 6.4, half of 6.3. If they don't change Act 7 after beta, I will send more content upload this. Yeah, yeah, like, I was hoping on so much more from Act 7. I was hoping, because I found it odd that they brought out Act 7 so early. So generally, at the back of my mind, there was this naive hope that they had a plan. That they did have a plan on like what they're doing evidently it doesn't seem like they did. Well, they did have a plan, just a very shitty one. Everyone's overreacting to Act 7. It's not just Act 7 though, like, I mean, Act 6 as well, you can fundamentally see the changes that they have made to more specific champions. And I'm not going to say that Act 7 was like the worst experience of my life or anything like that. There are parts of Act 6 that I, for instance, enjoy. Definitely. But the whole idea of like the Acid Wash Mysterio fights, the Sinister, the champion boss, some of the other fights and lanes in Act 6 is just, I fundamentally, deep down from bottom of my heart, disagree that that is a way the game should be made. And even if everybody's overacting about Act 7 or Seat and Sounds or whatever, that's fair enough, but realistically, those are problems. Like, as I mentioned in that Seaton video as well, I changed my mindset during Act 6 and it went from actually having fun in the game just to kind of like prove to myself that I can do it. That means that it had been challenging me more than anything else in the game that had up until that point. But at the same time, I realized it's just not fun anymore, it's just frustrating. Half of the time when I was finishing a stream or finishing a chapter in Act 6 or something like that, I was just pissed off. Like, as in, because I didn't generally have a good time. So yes, maybe everybody's overacting about Act 7 beta, fair enough. But the whole new types of nodes that they are making, these like Acid Wash, Pleasure to Burn, or deal no damage unless, or deal 90% damage except when, they're bullshit, man. They're boring. They can make a lot of cool, interesting nodes, but they choose not to. What happened to making, like, Icarus is a cool node, right? It can be rewarding because it increases your damage output, or it can be very punishing. And there are many nodes that could do that and they could utilize, but they insist on making these nodes that just hinder or annoy you. For instance, can you explain me what is the thinking behind a Rogue on Do You Bleed node? Like, what the fuck is up with that? I'm sorry, I'm gonna try not to swear during the stream. But it's just, I think maybe people are overreacting, but at the same time, I think this is a result of very, very long amount of anger that we have had towards all the stupid things that they have done. And if this is over exaggeration, fair enough, but you cannot tell me that Kabam has not done more than enough to warrant very, very pissed off player base. So that's how I feel about it. Like, this, like, over exaggeration for Act 7, as you call it, might be actual, but it is actually just something, it's just kind of like the final straw for many people, kind of like, at which point enough is enough, you know? And also because Seaton posted a video, it's obviously immediately gonna get a lot bigger community's attention, and just gonna get more people talking about it. How much Doom will go for? Dude, a lot. A lot. The whole Alliance War thing as well, like Alliance War experience, because of the global nodes, have been significantly worsened ever since, like, specifically like Siphon Wars. Siphon Wars just forced you to use far too many potions, and now Flow took it a step further because he died just because. So I disagree with a lot of things that are happening. Rank 3 Chorus during 6.3, no, for sure, man. Rank 3 Chorus should. It was quite fun. Use Rank 3 Chorus. Tell me when you finish hearing it. Finish hearing what? Oh yeah, and... Oh, I mean, that Motive wasn't not like too upset about. Need a Champion Star or something? No, I don't think Champion Star is quite the right answer. There should be, though... One thing that I do think is that Kabam is very kind of like stuck up and very set in their ways. That is the only reason how you can explain, for instance, Alliance Wars still being a thing. Because, like, vast majority of people hate Alliance Wars. Think they're bad. And so on and so forth. But despite that, we're gonna go into Alliance for Season 18. I mean, like, the hell's after that? Like, any reasonable company would take the concept down, rework it, redesign it, change the whole Alliance War mechanic, or change the whole season system, or do something with it and try and make it more lively. But instead, they just made it worse with all of these modifiers and stuff. The interesting thing is that the first chapter would be somewhat considerably saber-toothed. Yeah, I don't think it. No, it would actually be even worse, man. What are you talking about? If Sabertooth was the final boss, then you'd have to fight him 9 times, which would make it far worse. Like, only thing it would be considerable, maybe to a degree, and it would still be 6.3 Mysteria thing if they didn't put him in as mini boss, but put him on a lane somewhere. But yeah, no, it would be far worse than as a main boss, because then you'd have to do him like 9 times, and screw that. Generally hope Kabam seriously considers the negative feedback they'll from the beta and take their time by making Act 7. I do too still.
I genuinely hope Kabam seriously consider the negative feedback they'll from the beta and take their time by making Act 7 something fun and enjoyable.
If you want to see how well Void would work for that Sabertooth, you can watch Seaton's stream from yesterday. But thank you very much, Steelman, I appreciate it. And I do share the same sentiment. Like, for maybe first time in my life, I would rather them slow down, take their time, don't release Act 7 as quickly, as early, but genuinely just put in a bit of work and make it interesting. I don't think everybody quitting this game, because like stuff with Act 7 doesn't affect 90% of the people. Like, you know, there are so many people who barely have begun in Act 6 or still are trying to get Cavalier or Uncollected or stuff like that, that it doesn't immediately mean that everything is going to crap. But I definitely see the negative impact in long term for the game for it. I don't think Kabam will release any more content this month, no. I mean, it's already like 7th. No, I don't think they're gonna release anything. Mate, overall, these stupid botmarks are also nailing the coffin, especially with Kabam's making. Yeah, I do agree. Like, they have very inconsistent ideas. They can't seem to just openly own their problems with like bots and stuff. Releasing variant like would be neat, yeah, it would be neat to keep us occupied, but again, like, problem with variant is because the difficulty remains the same and the rewards remain the same. For instance, when variant 1 came out, you only had like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 rank 5 5-stars at max if you were like an endgame player, and acquiring a 4 to 5 rank up gem plus like a tier 5 basic was huge. It was such a huge thing. Again, now today 2 tier 5 basics, and like, nah, that's like a week in AQ in a bit. So I generally get like over a tier 5 basic a week. So it's not that, like, you know, I mean, it's neat, it's nice, but it has nowhere near as much significance to when first or second variant was released. So if they want to keep making variant type content, they also need to probably amp up the difficulties and amp up the rewards accordingly. But I think the main thing, the biggest thing that they could and should do, in my opinion, the biggest thing that they could and should do, in my opinion, is just hurry the fudge up with those Cavalier difficulty monthly quests, because that's something that appears monthly. That's something that could potentially have endgame rewards, such as like tier 5 CEC frags and stuff like that, and more 6-star shards. And that is also something that could be relatively interesting and frequent. And I think that is the most depressing and urgent need. I wouldn't mind them slowing down releasing new champs and genuinely at them. Yeah, and also I think they need to definitely increase the rate they are reworking the old champions. We play map 7, but if you don't know, Flogger, sorry, my alliance is like first globally overall. So we do get every single peak milestone, like we get the highest peak milestone, which is like quite a bit of glory and crystals. We do get like the top honor rewards, which is like 5.4k, then daily it's another like 5.4k. First place rank rewards is 25k, tier 5 Bs, and obviously something from Up 7 crystals, plus you can buy half a TFIB from Glory Store if you choose to do so. So I generally do get about TFIB a bit more a week from just IQ without not looking at anything else. Is there any other options to Abyss Deadpool other than Human Torture? Warlock. Because Warlock can start the fight with him being heal blocked. Because you can just do like 5 parries. At that point he's heal blocked, and then once you hit him for the first time, he's going to spend the entire fight heal blocked. So Warlock is an option. Archangel is an option because he can get his heal block under control quite quickly as well. So those are another possibilities. Can full Domino Trinity also do variant 2? Completion, yeah, like exploration though, there are like poison lanes, so on and so forth, some different things. So you gonna need more than just that domino. Pound the like button? Yes, please. Please pound that like button. Okay, okay. It's unduped. Oh, wait, let's go. I could add difficulty above where yeah, that'd be cool. Or just like the Cavalier monthly event quest for Cavalier players. That'd be cool. AA can cancel Aspect of War Unstoppable, but keep in mind that the longer the fight goes, the more block damage you will take, and AA by default kind of like needs to parry in order to heavy. Otherwise you're not going to be applying poisons or other special attacks. So yeah, you can cancel Aspect of War Unstoppable, but he still eventually will go unblockable, and then the fight is going to be annoying. And eventually he's just going to go to pot. Yeah, the new node design is like, I have made a video like a year ago now that I really disliked the new direction with the node design, largely citing stuff like acid wash and stuff like that. And they just keep coming. They just keep coming, man. More and more annoying nodes. Man, I hate Arena. It's an easy node, but I love playing MCOC too. Yeah, life transfer is fun. Like, everybody likes life transfer. I haven't met a single person who says life transfer is the worst. You know what I mean? This guy's jacked. Oh yeah, Starburst was one of the first kind of like everybody universally hates nodes. Thorns was another one as well. Like Kabam as well. Everybody was complaining about Thorns. And then in the Alliance War map and stuff, then they were like, okay, we're not gonna add Thorns anymore to like new game modes, because like we understand that you hate that node. And immediately they go for Psychic Thorns instead. It's just kind of like funny. We're not gonna add Thorns anymore.
LC Music Tracks says hi, on the road, and the .69 is for Mama Bear. The rest is for the Apple Juice Fund, smiley face, positive vibes.
Thank you. Positive vibes. Appreciate it. Thank you, LC Music Tracks. Whoa. Let's focus on. He's jacked and stacked, but we can deal with this. There we go. I think I got this. Oh yeah, partially instinct sucks for sure. But yeah, huge thank you, Surgeon Boneman, appreciate it. And also LT Music Tracks. Obviously, LT Music Tracks is the person who makes the music that you're listening to currently. And that link to his SoundCloud is in the video description. Oh, it's 0.69. Oh, thanks. 669. No retreat. No retreat is alright. I don't mind no retreat too much because it's a node that you technically can use anyone against, and it's largely based on you as a player to play about. Obviously, if you put it on champion boss and crap like that, then it's bad. But in itself, no retreat is not a node I would kind of like overly protest about. Because, as I said, at least it's a node that doesn't discriminate or doesn't specifically refer to just a few champions. So yeah, no retreat, I can live with. Player becomes better option for Abyss. Cork the Neymar. I do not know, maybe. I haven't tried either, so I'm not the best authority to discuss that. Do you think variant 4 Electra is possible with someone who doesn't have any non-contact hits? It's possible, I think, but it's probably gonna cost you some items. If you hate no retreat, then you must allow retreat. Oh, that's a very, very wide question. There are many nodes that I would like to make, but obviously if you put me on the spot like that, I don't even know. Yeah, that's right. That's kind of like the same idea. Bane is another node that doesn't discriminate, that makes players better. Right? You know, that's a completely drastically different node. And Bane, it's 669. What did I put? Oops. Bane is a node that some champions do better against, some champions do worse against, but all in all, it's a node that you can use any champion against almost any other champion, right? So Bane, even though it's like an annoying node and many people hate it, is a decent node design because it lets you use whoever the hell you want. You're a good player, thanks. No one can shut down no retreat, and they cannot shut down. Yeah, some of the mechanics are more confusing than others for sure. Close encounters, again, it's a node that can be made absolutely awful, but in itself, it's not a node that discriminates. So I don't mind close encounters. I don't mind majority of the nodes, even if they're tricky, even if they're hard, if you can actually bring in many different options to deal with those nodes. I think that's one of the main things. That's one of the two main factors that node should be able to be dealt with as many champions as possible to make it kind of like enjoyable, because then you don't feel like you're forced to bring in X, Y, or Z champion. Obviously some champions will be better or worse, but in its like whole de facto idea, there's nothing wrong with close encounters or Bane. The second thing that I absolutely love to see in nodes is an upside if you fulfill the terms and conditions. Like if you do something the right way, then you get like attack boost or you gain some buff or something like that. I don't like to see nodes that only punish players. I like Odenek. Why did you hit Odenek? What the LC Music Rex, what are you doing? I'm gonna how to go and unhide Odenek, man. What did he say? Oh, come on guys, why don't you behave? Okay, should combine the force to do some kind of boycott. Again, the more word boycotts get used, the more less meaning it has. And at this point, the word boycott itself, I think, is virtually impossible. Even yes, I'm doing arena. Whoa. Haha, still there. Haha, still there. Still there. There we go. Next gates will be open 10 koala crystals. I want to do something. Oh, right. Here we go. Congratulations, Surgeon Born, by the way. Also, guys, very strict thing for my moderators. do not ban people before timing them out. That's gonna make it a simple rule. That's gonna make it easier for me to decide. It's quite frequently I notice mods just dropping that ban hammer extremely quickly in many places, and I don't think it's deserved. So for my moderators, now I'm gonna oh man, I messed up. So yeah, for my mods, time out people first, bring my attention to the problem, and then we can decide whether a ban is worth it. Because obviously if it's somebody's spamming, like those bots and stuff like that, then fine. But if somebody just said something nasty or something like that, it does not necessarily always warrant a channel. I don't want to have a channel where everybody is thinking that this is some sort of safe space, loving, whatever. Sometimes nastier things has also serve a purpose. I guess is what I wanted to say. Freedom Lesbians Alliance. Yes, I am actually aware of that. Alright, thinking of completing the rest of Act 5. Well, I just need... hopefully within the next few days, to be honest. To be perfectly honest, I'm hoping to do it soon. But, first I need some units for refills and stuff. You know, the best nodes are the ones that make fight more difficult, but reward you for dealing with it successfully. Yeah, those are some of my favorite nodes, yes, as well. Definitely agree. And again, that has, for me, I have like 2 requirements that if the node fulfills both of them, that's like a very cool node design. Number 1 is that there can be a potential upside for a player, not just a punishment, such as Icarus and stuff like that. And number 2 is the fact that that node does not necessarily discriminate and limit you to very few options. If the more champions are kind of like available to deal with that node, then I think it's a decent node. Dark Hawk still good, or just no? I've never been a big fan of Dark Hawk, so I'm gonna go with a no, even though some people probably will disagree. Little all with full Domino Trinity and OG Hulk. Yeah, you can. Probably can. I'm quite sure you can. Grandmaster is an example of good boss. Yes, for sure. Also, that Uncollected Thanos was an example of awesome boss. It'll be, if you intercept, you'll get X% power, but if you parry, drain. Yeah, that is a cool node. That is an interesting node. I would agree that would be quite cool node. Yeah, and besides, even though Proxima can parry, you still need to land your intercept and then unstoppable and all that, and you can potentially use like Proxima, but you have to play like Michael Phelps of MCOC if you want to be able to actually like solo that fight, for instance. Yeah, I think Kabam missed an opportunity with, yeah, I don't think 2-star gate, but I think they missed an opportunity with like a 4-star max gate or something like that. I think that would have been so cool. Obviously they would have never done it if you think about it, because that means that they would be devaluing their 5 and 6-star champions. But yes, I agree, it would be fun. But on like Act 6, I don't think they would ever do that. Realm of Champions, here's the thing, I'm not excited for it. I may or may not. I haven't decided if I'm gonna stream any of Realm of Champions and stuff like that. Because, and I have said the same thing before, it's not just like a response of everything that's happening right now, Kabam. The fact that Kabam is releasing another node, another game, the fact that Kabam is making Realm of Champions is likely to deter me from trying to play that game than trying to get into that game, because I know exactly how Kabam does things now, right? If it were some other gaming company that was releasing amazing new Marvel game, I would be more likely to get into that game and be more interested in that game if it's not Kabam. Second of all, just because the same gaming company is making game about Marvel again does not necessarily mean I like that game, because yeah, I'm fairly kind of specific in what type of games I like and stuff like that, and just because, like for instance, does anybody like every EA game that's made or whatever? I think there are many games in the same franchise about exactly the same thing that you just enjoy less than others. For instance, Assassin's Creed, right? I absolutely loved all the earlier Assassin's Creed versions, but once the American ships and whatever got involved, I just didn't enjoy the game anymore. Even though it was effectively the same game, I just wasn't into it, into that storyline of America and the new kind of like, I don't know, guns and so on and so forth. I was much more into more ancient times and the whole lore there. I hope that kind of like answers that point. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna play MROC at all. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Oh, come on, I got parried. No. You guys are super active in chat though, and chat rate is marked at 13. There's no way I can catch up to all the messages, so my apologies, guys. What's up, Wet Noodle? How are you doing? We all know that EA is a bad company, but you got to admit they did a great job turning. Yeah, fair enough. But no, I mean they can do a good job, but my point wasn't that though. Today was an interesting day for sure. Today was an interesting day. Kabam should put new node, champ specific. If you don't have one of these champions, go 20 units to enter the fight, and if you die, they want you to go again, pay another 20 units. Well, they effectively did that with Mordo, where if you had a champion that got KO'd along the way, give them 40 units to buy a revive. Don't you think so? I think it's pretty much the same thing. Because, yeah, like that node literally served no other purpose aside from, if you died along the way, give me units. Because you were not beating that boss otherwise. So, yeah, Berserker. You laugh about it as if it's a joke, but they literally have done it pretty much in almost exactly the same way that you described it, so joke's on who now? Yes, I remember. See, so you thought you made a joke, you just actually retold events that had already transpired. What will happen when prestige becomes too high for 5-star Quake to do thing? Then we're all gonna be screwed, because there's, logically, I don't think there's gonna be a 6-star Quake. I mean, like, not ideally, as a player, I understand that my reliance, for instance, on Quake is not a healthy thing, and I try to get by using Quake. Well, not using Quake as much, so I have tried to reduce the amount I play Quake. Not because I wouldn't enjoy it, or anything like that, but simply because I know that the time is coming when she's not going to be an option anymore, and I need to get kind of like better at base core mechanics. So they're going upwards with the attack and health in their eyes in Bergerac. Right quest. So dumb because let's suppose it's years old. Yeah, I know. It's quite crazy. Going for a base completion with Black Widow, Clairvoyant for Mephisto. Any advice? Okay. Just heavy and level 3 is my advice. And max recoil, because only special you want to throw is level 3, so max out recoil if you can. No, PvP, that is another common thing that people get wrong. You done Accent Beta? No, I haven't. PvP, where actually 2-player, kind of like imagine if Arena I actually got a chance to play against this MCOC person. If I actually got to play, we both would be sitting back, waiting for opponent to move so we can try and intercept. It would be absolutely pathetic experience. We do not need actual PvP, because in this game the actions are limited, and it's all gonna kind of come down to reaction time, or to matchup, or just kind of like a waiting and patience game. Because yeah, like realistically, if you were to play arena against another person, you'd be just simply waiting for them to dash in at you so you can parry or intercept them. You'd never want to make first move because you could get intercepted or parried. So let's say technically that's just silly. Or what would you do in arena if somebody using Quake, right? If somebody is using Quake in arena against you and you don't have like a true accuracy champion, what would you do? I can tell you what you do. You'd die like a little girl and complain how stupid this is. Because it's a eventuality. The whole concept of player playing against another player in this game with so many different champions and interactions and so many different skill sets is just ludicrous and insane, and will never happen. Because this isn't like turn-based strategy, it's a fighting game, right? It's matchups and fighting and stuff like that. And also, this isn't like a Mortal Kombat. Here the actions are limited. Here you can just swipe, dash, tap, special. So no, it would never ever work. And I cannot understand why people still haven't like caught up to that. As in, like, it would be cool to enter an arena fight with Quake and just watch your opponent rage. It would be cool once. But other than that, what would you do? PvP without evade, block or parry? Well, then it all comes down to who intercepts more. Do I play PUBG? No, I don't. Berserker. I like when joke backfires, like when you roofie.
I like when joke backfires. Like when you roofie a drink and the girl switches glasses.
That's so mean. I mean, like, I hope you don't do it. I mean, I get it's a joke, but in this case, yeah, your joke backfired. I hope that girl had her way with you though. 5.69. There we go. Thank you so much, Berserker Man, I appreciate it. One champion away from attempting the abyss. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. Now, well, any company wants money. There is nothing inherently wrong in desire to earn money as a company. That's your entire objective. Cannot blame like Kabam for coming up with ways how to get money from us. The problem is the actual kind of ways and things that they do in order to make it happen. In ideal world, when you play a game, right, you spend money on the game because you enjoy it, because you think it will help you enjoy the game more, because you think it's going to be more interesting. Kabam, unfortunately, is in a position where they are effectively forcing money out of players, because it's not what would make you enjoy the game, it is what you absolutely kind of like have to do in order to succeed or whatever, or speed up your progression. It's not optional. It's not speaking about terms of enjoyment about anymore. Kabam and this game currently treats spending and offers and stuff like that as a mandatory requirement to progress at the rate everybody else is doing it. So yeah, that is the biggest problem, because nobody has like, I play this game, I like playing this game, I don't mind spending some money on the game that I enjoy playing because I appreciate the work company does that makes this game. I do have a problem with them, however, forcefully reaching in my pocket and pulling money out of my pocket that I rather wish I wouldn't have spent. So I think that's the bigger problem. There's nothing wrong in them releasing some offers, or there's nothing wrong in them kind of like promoting some new champions or some content. For instance, let's take a look at the champion fight. No matter how much I hate the champion fight, the fact that they release a champion now, like Sorcerer Supreme, that is very good for the champion fight, is not bad. It's a good thing for the game, because people will have more options to deal with that champion. And we already had plenty, so now there are more counters to the champion, which is great, which is a good thing for the game, and which is a correct way how to kind of like motivate people to try and acquire a new champion, right? You're stuck on a champion, they release a couple more champions, beautiful. But if they make content where only some of the new champions are going to be good for, like the Sabertooth fight, that's extremely horrible, because at this point you feel that you absolutely must acquire that champion in order to have a chance, because there's only like 1 or 2 solutions for a fight. Well, you know what I mean? There are 2 fundamental differences in the way they are going about it. Power creep in MCOC isn't as big of a problem as people think. Like, 2020 champions is a proof that power creep is not the biggest problem we're dealing with. Right? You know what I mean, guys? Like, 2020 champions suck. Power creep typically is defined by anything that's new is always going to be better than the old things in game. Hell no, like Quake's 2017, 2016 champ, 2016 champ, Archangel's 2017 champ, Ghost's 2018 champ, I think, or 2019. All of those champions are far superior than anything released this year. So power creep is not necessarily the problem. Power creep kind of happened, but then it just couldn't progress in the same natural rate, so they had to alter it. And instead of power creep, we now have a mandatory kind of like forceful meta, where champions that are in fact bad, de facto worse champions or garbage design, are made popular, valuable, and needed by Kabam. Whoa, oh my god, I lost it. I got carried away talking. This fight was nearly wrapped up as well. But yeah, that is where we're at, because now Kabam is like artificially increasing demand for champions by designing very, very specific lanes and very, very specific nodes to kind of like make sure that even the bad champions are needed. And that is far worse than what we had before, I guess. Okay, come on, man. I think I'm losing my streak here. Really? Honestly, screw Arena. Seriously, Arena, you can jack off. I mean, obviously it might be my fault because all my champions are unleveled, but man, this AI, wherefore, screw it, just quit it, don't care about it. I'm gonna restart my streak and have all the candy in the roll. I was afraid of champion, but Morningstar destroyed him, and now in Kabam saw all Morningstar videos. Yeah, I know. Okay, that's fine. I can accept the fact that I'm not meant to win this. Some of them. Yeah, don't worry. I mean, like, she just didn't want to throw her special to that was about it. Another reason why I hate Arena. And she throws special attacks, so it doesn't matter anymore. Get hit with A-gun, get Furies. Man, she has like 4 times higher PI than I do. If I get hit with A-gun, I'm gonna get hit with A-gun, man. And besides, in order to gain Furies, you still need to have some sort of combo on your meter. And then in this case, I would also need like a combo. a YouTube notification. Not fun. So let's go for it, I guess. Hit step brother, anything you need, let me know. Thanks, Sergeant Bondman. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't really expect and complain too much. I'm using like rank 1 level 1 champion, so. But hey, thank you so much, Sergeant Born. Got your name up there already. Let's carry on. I'm gonna get to the next milestone anyways. And that's like gonna be the only milestone I can get, I think, because the arena is about to finish today. In like an hour. So Sergeant Bourne is at 1669. That's still a very cool number though. Almost as cool as 3669, because it's 3669. Yeah, whatever. So you got Death Squad, you know. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. You wish I didn't pull a gun so I could open more rifts. Well, I did pull a gun. So now I'm saving for chronometer, but it's a good thing, because, okay, I'm not gonna open as many rifts, but I'm gonna be able to get Cavalier quicker and, like, progress faster. They should be happy for me. Kind of full doom from basic crystals from rifts. You are so lucky, my friend. Congratulations. When does Act 6 turn to BS? 6.2. Less on casting? Okay. That's a valid point. I do understand myself that I do cast too much. In my defense though, I never did up until such point I came to UK. So I blame English language itself and British people for my casting. Because I used to be perfectly comfortable expressing my dissatisfaction or rage with good old-fashioned stern attitude and harsh look or whatever, and I didn't have to resort to cussing. I have since started to appreciate good F-bomb though. No, you don't need to be just poison immune. There are so many more things you need to be. You need to be effectively shock immune, incinerate immune, and have an active fury buff. Or as close as you can get to as many of those things. But poison immunity is kind of pretty much one of the main things. Unless you play like Quake, I guess. But still, you need a fury buff. And there's so much in that Mr. Sinister fight that's so wrong. Casting is so much quicker. Yeah, that is true. Casting saves a lot of effort. Casting does save a lot of effort. Did the music finish, or is there next song? Oh no, we still have a few. Still have actually quite a few, so good. But yeah, I think with like that Seaton situation is that stream yesterday kind of broke him. I think that Sabretooth might have been like one of the final points, because like he was clearly not happy with Act 6 and what he had seen in beta before that, but seeing that Sabretooth was like, you know what, screw this. That's silly away. Congrats on 25k supporters. Yes, we are actually at 25k. We just got 25k as I started the stream, so that is a very good milestone. A long time coming, obviously. My personal wishes would have been that I achieved a bit quicker, but nonetheless we got there, and which is more than I thought I would get when I started my account. So thanks, Surgeon Bornman, spoiling me as well. You guys are certainly spoiling me. But I don't mind. It was 25k, 50k coming? Yeah, hopefully. One day. How many champs can they take down that Freezer Burn Biohazard in 712? Okay, so if you leave Freezer Burn Biohazard up I'd argue Ghost can probably work to a degree. I'd argue that... No man, Solar Surfer doesn't. I think Bleed Immunity...
Yeah.
Okay, this is cool. New member. Thank you very much, Sergeant Born, also for becoming a member. Colossus works, right? Doesn't he? Yeah, Colossus works. I think just parry heavy. Yeah, Colossus should do alright, just with parry heavy. What else do we have? Corvus Awakened ability. Just kind of like play with 1% if he's blocked. Member Celebration for sure. Do you like that Grinch though? Whoever becomes a member is getting that Grinch gift. Just saying. I do like that Grinch bit a lot. With that particular sound effect as well. But okay, let's focus. So, MODOK. What else can deal with that? MODOK. Am I thinking of leaving the game? Let's think about MODOK. And they bleed and incinerate immune champions, effectively. Yeah, Iceman probably works. If he doesn't have True Strike, then obviously Quake will be option. We're talking about MODOK in 712. Basically, it's a MODOK with Biohazard and Freezer Burn. Also, yeah, I don't know why Iceman isn't called something. I have always found it so hilarious. Imagine the whole idea of like Cold Snap is the fact that the champion is feeling cold, and it's making him, like, you know, feel pain or take damage. But so he's made of ice, but the fact that it's cold around him outside should actually give him like a regen, or, you know, make him feel better. In fact, it's inflicting damage. So cold weather is damaging a body made of ice. The more you know. Hashtag Kabam. But yeah, I think Colossus would be like solid option there. Colorex and everything basically. Man, Colossus is such an awesome champ though. Old man fighting against each other, yeah, that was an old man, like, dogfight. Okay, I'm about to get to that next milestone, I think. Why isn't there Mom and Gosh, I did not incinerate immune again? Because Kabam. You know, the funniest thing was when in the recent uncollected monthly quest, Kabam actually put an enhanced incinerate node on Dormammu. Like, imagine that, like, even Kabam own content designers thought Dormammu is inflicting incinerates and probably has incinerate immunity by extension. But yeah, even Kabam's own content creators gave Dormammu enhanced incinerate, assuming he can inflict incinerate. How messed up is that, man? Like, that's such a huge screw up. Oh, come on. 5.3. I need to get a few more units. When I get to like 300-400 units, I'm definitely gonna try and complete it. But yeah, I just need some units for energy refills and stuff like that. Oh no, I have absolutely no interest anymore in that man child. I generally just do not care. That's about it. The best way about it is I thought, and I was under the impression that I have graduated high school and I don't have a particular wish to get myself involved in high school like drama, so no. That guy can do whatever he pleases, I just don't care. Yeah, Silver Surfer is not gonna work because he's getting bled. Incursions, never. Never. Rank up Nick or Sunspot? Nick. Nick is such a beast. Only 27 paths instead of 60. Well, instead of 36, which was 6.4. Because yeah, 6.4 had 36 paths. But again, I would argue the number of paths effectively is not important. Number of fights is important. If somebody can genuinely tell me that there are actually less fights, or that, like, you know, okay, so what was I trying to say? Because yeah, they can have less paths, but if they're longer, obviously it's more annoying. Also, the fact that they can force us to fight the same boss more times can work heavily against us. So there are downsides to having this format. Largely because yeah, for instance, imagine in this 7 act 7 you have 9 paths to the boss, and if you have one horrible boss, instead of having to deal with that boss 6 times, you're gonna be forced to fight that boss 9 times, which is gonna be a bad thing for you. So there are upsides obviously, and there are definitely some clear downsides as well to the whole thing of having more paths and less maps. But yeah, getting in arena? Yes, I am in arena. As we can see, man, I'm short 400 points for the next milestone, which is gonna be where I stop probably. Okay, whatever. Old Man Logan. I didn't even know Old Man Logan, man. Kind of forgot. When Sabertooth goes unstoppable, how do you parry him? Well, Red Guardian can parry unblockable opponents, if you haven't heard. So the only thing you need to do is acquire Red Guardian, and you're gonna be fine. This Legends run? Oh, cool. Good luck, man. 259, still solid. Still solid. Good luck. I mean, like, I hope you make it. Should you awaken Kabirdo Starkey? 100% Kabirdo. Not even a question there. Just go with Captain Mother Flippin' Beardo. He's so good. See? I kind of didn't swore. You need Fire Sabertooth to get your normal damage otherwise. Yeah. So you need Red Guardian. Who's clapping? Unit Man and Red Guardian, yes. Those are in fact the most potent answers to this problem. Come on, sorted. There you go. You're doing good on sorry. Thanks. Proxima 200% power boost could be an option as well, but you kind of have to play like Michael Phelps of MCOC, because you're still gonna have to land those intercepts to get rid of the unstoppables. So, whilst it is an option, landing intercepts on demand whilst trying to complete Proxima missions for the damage is, in my personal opinion, quite tall order. And obviously on paper, everybody's a master at MCOC and everybody can do anything. But when the fighting actually is going to happen, I want to see how many people will successfully use Proxima to one-shot it. I'm sure somebody will do it. I'm sure there's going to be a video on YouTube. But whether that's going to be like a solution that's available to many? Hell no, man. Half or majority of the people can't gain Proxima missions in a regular fight, let alone one where opponent is unstoppable and unblockable, whilst they are trying to get parries. Sorry, not parries, dexterity, so they can do damage and so forth. So, yeah, Proxima can work, I agree. If you like flipping ninja. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not like that Sabertooth doesn't hit hard, or it's not like you will have literally zero block proficiency even on those parries, and you will not take thousands of chip damage when you do land your parry, because their attacks are huge. So, yeah, I mean, Proxima will work. Let me know how many of you, like, statistically out of, I don't know, 100 players, how many people will be able to do that fight with Proxima. No, slow cannot make unblockable champs blockable, but it will at least deal with the unstoppable bit. What you need is the Red Guardian's ability to block unblockable champions. I'm quite happy that they chose Sabertooth instead of someone like Korg Mr. Sinister. Well, Sabertooth is still Sabertooth, man. Because it's still regions. That's an additional factor that you need to keep in mind. Yeah, it's not as bad as somebody like Korg, for instance, probably. But, you know. Well, Proxima apparently can parry Aspect War Unblockable, which I wasn't fully aware of, but which is kind of like a topic of today, because she can still land those parries. What is it, KT? 90% less damage? Yeah, it's 90% less damage. Unless you do what they tell you. You tried Red Hulk against Grandmaster? No. I don't know. And Kabam, I think like much less on anything I said, but potentially on something Seaton said that could take some notice, because Seaton is the largest content creator, and even if it will not result in anything worthwhile, they will certainly discuss it. No, 5%. No, the A-gun will not avoid the damage cap at 500 combo. Those nodes are not affected by factors like that. So, yeah. So if you went through this, had a phone call, but did you see Hype yesterday in England? Oh, I missed it. That's quite simple. I missed it completely. It's just something that I heard about when I woke up. About that iOS users getting locked out. So I don't know exactly what happened there, but I was like, well, okay, it happened. I'll move on. Yeah, I'll do the Epic Rifts and try and awaken my A-gun. That is exactly what I'm going to try and do. Lucky I thought I got banned. No, you're not banned. How many revives do you think a 7k PI stack you will need to beat Variant 1 Chapter 2.3 Ultron Drone? Don't know. These questions are impossible to answer, man. Like, because it entirely depends on how well you play. possibly you can solo it. And it also depends obviously on RNG and some other things, but I don't know. Any plans to rank up Night Rusher? I'm contemplating it currently, yes. Can Colossus work for variant 2? Yeah, Colossus works because he's launch champion, so he can still heavy and special attack normally. Hyperion can deal with Unstoppable. Where? Could Star-Lord be workable? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Star-Lord could theoretically probably be workable. Oh man, I messed up so much this fight. So yeah, theoretically I think Star-Lord could work. Problem is that again you have to be Michael Phelps of MCOC. I think She-Hulk is a realistic option if you're really good. And Quake is obviously a realistic option if you're really good. But both still do not seem like... I mean, like, Quake probably can do it decently well. Because you can acquire a crap load of those charges before he goes unblockable. Then land one parry, and then you're gonna have, like, solid amount of time. So if Quake is, like, boosted, you can probably do well with Quake. If you play Quake well, but that's still by nowhere near good enough of a solution. Invisible Woman? Possibly, yes. Invisible Woman possibly is capable of doing it. I have heard the idea as well, because she can... yeah, she should be able to possibly do it. But again, even if she can, it doesn't mean it's feasible. As in, like, doesn't mean it's gonna be, like, realistically doable. What's up, Q? How are you doing, man? Oh, come on, lad. There you go. Hope you're keeping safe. Yeah, I'm safe, man. I think the worst is kind of over. And yeah, also the fact that you still have to deal with Aspect of War, obviously, is just absolutely crazy. Then you absolutely must nail, like, all of the intercepts, which is unrealistic. Just woke up? Jesus Christ, what did you do? What did you do? Oh yeah, Sweden definitely got their attention. We're willing to bet that that is what they're talking in their office right now. Because of Sweden. Oh yeah, Moleman also can parry an unblockable attack, so Moleman could be a possible option. Kinda. Can I open an uncollected ring crystal? I don't want to. I want to open regular ring crystals. I think Moleman was it Moleman and or Terex who could block unblockables? Six-star Thor Ragnarok, my condolences. Is he any good? Not in particular. Not in particular at all. This should be it, right? Yeah, there we go. They need my gates for like 4-star champions. That'd be fun, but they won't do it. Why would they? That does not encourage us to spend for anything or get new champions or rank new champions. De facto, it would devalue the meaning of 5 and 6-star champions if they would actually. Oh, this guy has recall? What the? What? Recall but no suicide? Like. Okay. There you go. No, yeah, man, like, I hate Arena. I generally do. There's nothing I hate in this game more, I think, than Arena. Okay, at least I got my like 200k points. That will be it for here. I'm gonna go to like the tiny arena. I do have 24 energy that I can spend at the end of the stream. Here I can try and get to like a new milestone, get some more units. I think I can get to 2 more milestones here. Right? So let's get the milestones. Stream later with the other account. No, I don't think I will today. I more than likely will spend the evening with my girlfriend, just kind of like chilling and stuff. I'm quite pissed today. So yeah, I don't know. Not a happy bunny today, so I think I'm gonna take a break. Plus, on my main account, I did complete uncollected, so if I were to stream, it would pretty much kind of have to be 6.4 itemless stream, and I'm definitely not up for it right now, I'd say. I can do LOL on this count. Well, when I awaken and rank my A-gun, yeah, probably. As soon as A-gun goes to rank 4, here comes Labyrinth. In fact, once I get my A-gun to rank 4 as a 5-star, the Labyrinth is going to be like one of the first things I want to get into. Abyss before LOL? Definitely not. I think this was the last song as well, so I need to put on some music. Yeah, here we go. Did I roll yet? No, because I don't have any need for it. I don't need to for basics. I will do it at some point when it's kind of like easy and chill enough, but there's absolutely no reason for me to kind of like try and squeeze it in. Getting 5-star to rank 4 is easier said than done. Well, not really. I just have to complete. No wait. Yeah, I think just completing Act 5 will get it done for me. So yeah, I don't think it's too bad, and I think I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be too bad. As soon as I awaken the Dagon, I can basically, even at rank 3, get Cavalier. Using Aegon as my like one champion. So yeah, no, I don't think taking him to rank 4 is gonna be the bigger problem. Oh, plenty of. Then have some fun, but we'll open.
Then have some fun, but I will open another bottle nevertheless.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. But yeah, I mean, who knows? We have been snarking at each other today, but maybe me or she changed her mind. But the idea is that today I'm just gonna chill with her in the evening. We'll see. Who knows? But thank you, man. Appreciate it. Another $5 in my little pocket. The haircut? I haven't gotten a haircut. I'm serious. I haven't done anything with it. I just kind of keep it additionally now, I guess. Doom is open for business. Where? What's up, Rumal? Bro, so should I know I can 5-star She-Hulk rank 5 for Act 6.1 Sentinel boss? And she would do well, but She-Hulk is just a decent solid rank up in general, so why not? Do you think 5-star Corvus is worth maxing out without suicides? I would not start there. Maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell because for me Corvus and suicides are kind of like inseparable. I'm saying that having a rank 4-star Corvus is my best champion on this account at the moment, but I don't know if I'd max out 5-star Corvus without suicides though. I really don't. Because whenever I use even my rank 3 6-star Corvus, like in AQ without suicides, it just feels so bad. Do you need 3 in willpower? If you run suicides, yes you do. Videos today were spot on, especially from someone who wanted to go on a serial rampage next to Bones in 6.1 just to get quality title. Thank you, Aero. Appreciate it. Wait, how much is the next milestone? Can I get the next milestone? Actually quite hungry though. But yeah, today is an interesting day in MCOC. Certainly hasn't been dull, at the very least. So, okay, we want to be entertained. Kabam's entertaining us. 30k. Can I get 30k? I think I can get 30k. I think so. Quake bypass as well. Okay, Quake. Still a bullshit fight. I mean, obviously, I would have Quake even if it doesn't bypass, probably just Quake for a very long time. But no, I don't think Quake bypasses it. The Quake can bypass it to a degree if you can like play around it, build up your charges, parry at the right time, and then deal as much damage as you can. I don't think Quake's normal damage actually does bypass it, because Cam said he tried it. Like in Cam's Twitter post, he said that he tried it and dealt like 3% damage and just quit because it took him forever. So Quake can bypass it for like a while, but it still probably wouldn't be like an easy short or a solo fight. But I'm not entirely sure, obviously, because I haven't tried it myself. What's up, Prince? How are you doing? Yeah, what you just said works. I mean, the remains broken. Okay, then. That's fine. To give 3 minutes? Fair enough. I mean, that's decent. Was it a solo? Yeah, sure. You can PM it to me. My line ID is in the video description below. You use Quake for final 2 Yellow Jackets Marion 2. You can to a degree if you time it perfectly. If you get stunned, you're dead though. Quake is an option, but it's not a great option, because yeah, if you don't happen to be charging heavy attack at the exact right time, you still get stunned and you get wrecked. Thanks to Limber node, you cannot keep Yellow Jacket stunned for very long, so he's going to be actively trying to take your head off. So chances are you will end up getting stunned whilst using Quake sooner than later. So yeah, you can use Quake to a decent degree of success, but you shouldn't expect to be able to solo that fight. Thanks, Alan. This is the first time that I'm so happy that I'm not endgame player, because it had sent me double the amount of time this game. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's what is annoying about being like so invested in the game as well, because you can't just pick it up and leave. Like, if I were to, like, for instance, quit the game and quit the YouTube, that would have to be like a major decision, because like obviously I spent so much time, and I don't know, my mind and brain power is like effectively connected with Console Champions at this point, so it's not like just, you know, stopping playing something. It's not just a game at this point anymore. Like, you have many friends, you have social interactions. and whatnot, so frustrating what it is. Yeah, if you wait a bit, then you can time it quite well. Let's get the next milestone and I'll be done here, I think, as well. I'm actually super hungry. Burnout of the game. That's gonna be the talk of the day, innit? When Seaton makes a video, that's what people talk about. Everybody is gonna get the free ultimate crystal, man. Oh boy, I can't wait. Even my 17-day-old or 18-day-old baby account doesn't care about ultimate crystal. Which is kind of funny. That's how worthless they are. Perks of 250k subs. Yep. For sure. For sure. One sec. Swiftly move on. Whoa, I didn't even realize what was happening there. Let's just deal with this Gamora. I want to get to the next milestone, and as soon as I do, I'm gonna go and eat, because I'm getting hungry. Honestly, I'm entirely willing to boycott kebab. Again, boycott is a word that I like to hear as little as possible, because boycott has lost its all meaning in MCOC community just because it worked once. Everybody has flipped that word out every single time kebab did something bad. Also, for boycott to actually happen, there are too many parties, too many egos involved. So yeah, I don't think it's realistic, like, at all, to any degree, because unfortunately, like, when it comes, especially to like MCOC content creators, for instance, let's make it the crudest example. Would you expect me to kind of like be, no, it's not just the whales, it's also like community creators and stuff like that. For instance, MCOC podcast, as fantastic those people are, they're quite tight with kebab, right? Because they have had kebab on their shows, so on and so forth. They wouldn't say anything to like infuriate them too much. Every single time kebab does something bad, they are either biting their tongues or just kind of like relaying information for kebab, basically kind of like trying to de-escalate the situation. So that's one thing, because there are just too many people that are content creators and influencers that are on overly friendly terms with kebab. Not saying like it's all CCP members, for instance, but many of CCP members, obviously. Like, so that's one very kind of like big deal. Also, a lot of CCP players and creators not necessarily like each other. For instance, MCOC has had beef with Seaton. Obviously, everybody knows that I'm not the overgrown man-child's favorite content creator, because he has made dozens of videos bashing at me. At the same time, would you really want to and expect me to kind of like work together with him? Hell no. Like, the game is old, the game is big, there's many parts of community and many egos involved. There are too many differences to easily be put aside now. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but I'm definitely saying it's extremely improbable that anything of that kind of magnitude will happen. And you can blame the mythical whales or say that nothing's gonna happen if they don't get involved in whatever. That's not the main thing now. Whales don't carry majority of the game spending, by the way. Whales maybe account for like 10% of what actually gets spent in the game realistically. It's the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of mid-tier players who just buy the occasional $20, $30 deals, so on and so forth. It's not that one person that spends, I don't know, $1 million on this game. It's the million people who spend $50 to $100 a week on this game. Like, you know, that adds to much more money overall. So, with all that being in mind, do I have beef Seaton? No, I don't. I generally don't. But I don't think Seaton likes me very much, though. But no, I don't have I have nothing like overly grudge against him or whatever. I do have a beef with, but well, I wouldn't call it a beef. There is one particular content creator who has made it very, very clear what he thinks about me, which I certainly do not like. But on the bright side, I don't care about him or what he thinks, so I'm just able to live peacefully. And yeah, I don't think Kabam is going to release anything else for this month, man. I think this is it. And yes, it is quite a boring month. Grounded Wisdom is certainly annoying, man. That's just the guy you give up on. But yeah, that's kind of like the point. I just don't see all of these people putting all of their differences aside to kind of like make something happen, especially since so many of them routinely speak and deal with Kabam directly, how they're on their streams, how they're on their podcasts, work for them directly and appear on their own channel now, so on and so forth. So do you expect them to actually stand up and say something? No, obviously they won't. Why would they? Like, if Kabam paid me, I don't know, thousands and thousands of dollars to record videos for them, I wouldn't make the videos that I did, obviously, because like you don't really bite the hand that feeds you, right? Like, so if I were appearing on Kabam's YouTube channel trying to promote new champions or whatever, I would shut my mouth if I disagreed with them. I wouldn't go to war with them, and I wouldn't like tell everything that I think about them, because that is counterproductive to the way I earn my living. And everybody like, oh, integrity and words like that. No, it's bullshit. If you work, for instance, for Kabam, or if Kabam directly pays you or benefits you or helps you progress and increase your income, you're not gonna say all that about them. You know, even like if you're just a regular CCP member, right? You disagree with them, you tell what you think, everything, whatever, you say like, okay, let's go boycott, they kick you out of the CCP program. You don't, let's say if you're not somebody that spends absolutely loads on crystals, you don't have access to any of the new champions anymore, you can't make videos about them. When all the other people can, you lose all those videos and views, and it's something that hinders your channel. It's not something that like absolutely destroys it or you can't get around it, but it's certainly not helpful if like they would kick you out, right? In the same kind of sense that yeah, if you get paid by them presumably directly for making videos for them and appearing on their channel, would I say something? No, I wouldn't say anything, man. Like, why would I? I want to get my I would like to get paid at the end of the month. Yeah, Brian totally bashed you yesterday, just kidding, we all know. Got your back, thanks, Prince. Spider-Gun's worthy of rank 5. I would be willing to test it, I'll put it like that. Spider-Gun's always one of those champions that I kind of want to take up. But I kind of like never find like enough reason or time or whatever. But I would like to try it out. I'll put it like that. I think it'll be. I think she's good. I have her at rank 4. I think she's cool. So yeah, Spider-Gwen as a rank 5 would be interesting. What's up, Pika? How are you doing, man? Well, also that's another thing, like, if somebody's free to play, it doesn't mean you don't mean anything to Kabam. because maybe like by yourself you don't spend on Kabam, or they don't benefit from having you, but in the same sense, kind of like that the fact that you play the game makes the game more popular, and it helps their download numbers, it helps their gameplay hours, stuff like that, and helps them position where they position on the Apple Store leaderboards and so forth. All of that stuff counts. So you're saying that I'm free to play, so you like your opinion doesn't matter, or the fact that you do something doesn't matter. It's inaccurate, because so long as you spend your time on this game, you're effectively spending currency, because time, like in this kind of environment, is also currency. As the best example, for instance, is grinding arena. You can buy the units or you can grind the arena, and the result will be the same. You'll acquire the units. It's just the currency that you spend is different, whether it's time or money. Loved your insights. Thanks, Ricky. Always thankful for your detailed breakdown of things in the game. Oh man, appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Ricky. And hey, happy to see you on the stream. Yeah, Kabam definitely is a cunning company, you can say that much. Not as cunning as they think they are, but definitely cunning. More cunning than they pretend to be. Yeah, it always feels like we just went through this with Kaskam, but there's always like the next act, you know? The next thing, the next thing, the next thing. You think beef can be squashed? Well, I could assume, like, but speaking from personal experience in any very particular situation, like, for instance, I'm just crossing that line where I just want nothing to do with a person that I personally regard as mentally challenged man-child, so I could squash my beef, but I still wouldn't want to do anything nearby or around them or say anything about them. Like, and you can't force people to kind of like make up. This isn't kindergarten. Yeah, 5.3 is where all classes with 1 take 50% attack reduction, which is gonna be super annoying for me to clear. Ooh, that's awesome, Paul. I hope you're gonna get it down, man. I did yesterday, yes. Red Guardian, like, oh, but I just quaked him, so I kind of cheated. Who's my favorite champion to play that isn't amazingly good? That would be Carnage or Man Thing. I absolutely love both of those champions. Carnage animations are insane, plus increased power gain, plus unblockable special attacks, plus many bleed debuffs. Just hyper aggressive pace and all that, so I do love Carnage. And Man Thing, man, I just find it hilarious and satisfying. Oh, that's very good dynamic. It caught on. And yeah, don't care enough to take stand. That's also like fair point, but like just, whenever somebody says it's just a game, like I heavily disagree with it, because like if you have been invested in just a game for a long enough period of time, that just random names online become your friends and become your like social circle. I have met people for this game and through this game. I've had some good times. I have people that I speak to daily that I have never met, but I still consider some of my closest acquaintances and friends. And at that point, it's not just a game. Yeah, sure, Armin. Go ahead. Use Corvus plus Quake. You don't need Quake. Quake has nothing to do with Legends runs. Quake is bad for Legends runs. Just use Corvus, man. Oh yeah, that's the same person, man. You got it right, man. Don't worry. Oh wait, I forgot I'm Starlord. Oh man, no. Wait, I found one first too, and I got my milestone. So it doesn't matter. I can die here like a man. Or I can win here like a champion. Exactly. It's not necessarily just the game, but it's also the people. I have nothing against this Organ Manchild. He comes off overly aggressive. I think he's... Yeah, I know. I also think I know what he's doing, but I just don't agree with it. What happened to my job? I'm still furloughed. Oh, that one? Well, maybe we're gonna hear soon. Because maybe I got it. And if I got it, maybe I need to make choices. And if I need to make choices, maybe you guys will not like to hear something I want to say. But that's kind of up in there. So we'll see what happened with it. I mean, it went great. It went really great. Just that currently we are in a fairly uncertain time. It also is fun to play for sure. Tangent Guardian. Okay, all this coming. Better Mystics, Symbiote Supreme, or Claire? Claire is miles better overall. Believe me, especially if you run Suicides. But what makes Claire so much better is also the fact that she doesn't necessarily rely on Mystic Dispersion. So, Alyssa, Claire is better.
Mystic Sup or Claire, and Awaken Omega/Aegon.
And Awaken Aegon, without a doubt, because Aegon is one of the most influential champions on your account currently. So Aegon is the one you awaken. I hope that helps you. So yeah, Claire, in my personal opinion, is far better than Symbiote Supreme, because she has far more good matchups. And you should awaken Aegon, because Aegon opens doors for your account, is one of them more kind of like significant champions. Omega is fun, he's cool to use in like quests where you can use 50 different champions. But Aegon does things that other champions can't. So, Aegon it is. Sergeant Bond, one thing to really appreciate about you is your transparency and your genuine personality. Thank you very much, Sergeant Bond, appreciate it. I try to kind of like keep as little as I can to myself for the most part. Without trying to kind of like come off better than I am or whatever. But hey, thank you so much guys for all of your support. You have been amazing. I am absolutely starving though. So before I finish the stream, I'm gonna go collect the rewards. Oh, look at that, bleeding the finisher. And should have some milestone rewards to collect as well. Look at that, hero use, skill combat. And here's 15 units, 5 units. There should be one more, I think. 2 more likes. That would be appreciated. Ooh, I love getting those small energy refill things. Let's see if there's one more milestone, because I'm gonna be able to open some arena crystals as well, I think. Congrats again on 25k, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm super happy about that. It's a long time coming and definitely feels good. So here we have collected everything. So I'm at 168 units now. Some increase, man. Some increase. Tier 1 alpha from daily. That's good. That's good. That's unneeded. And arena crystals. I have 8 to buy. So I'm gonna pop them all up. Hopefully we can get some units from 8 arena crystals. 5.3 is gonna be struggle. Yes, I know. The Gotham Beast completion rewards rank 3 at champion. Unfortunately, my best options are Awaken, Hulkbuster, or Sleeping Iron Man Infinity War. The other 5 techs I have. Wait till the Hulkbuster beta goes live, man. 15 units and an energy refill. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Dude, you are my top 2 MCOC players. You also helped me a lot in the past. Thanks. You're welcome, and I appreciate you. Thanks for hopping in the stream. But with that, I must go and make something to eat, because I'm generally starving at this point. And yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll be back, if not today, then tomorrow. So, see you soon.